She's Deb Peterson, and she sits on the editorial board of the St. Louis Post-Dispatch. Good morning, Deb Peterson.
Good morning, McGraw, Millhaven.
How are you doing?
I am just fine. How are you?
Good. Can you explain to me this St. Clair judge debacle that's going on there? This is a pretty convoluted story.
It is. It's very interesting, and it looks like more and more people are being kind of sucked into the problem. So it appears that there were two judges who were using drugs.
Heroin.
One of them,
heroin, right?
Heroin, cocaine, and heroin. One of them died, Joe Christ, a couple of months ago at the lake home of the other judge, Michael Cook. When the death of Mr. Christ was originally reported, it was reported as just a death. I don't know that we even had cause of death. So now it has come out that it was cocaine used, and cocaine was found under his body. It was believed to be a cocaine overdose, I think the coroner said. Well, he was doing drugs with his co-judge friend, Michael Cook, who's the son of a very prominent St. Clair County defense attorney, Bruce Cook. So he's a family, he's very well-to-do. So Michael Cook, I guess, has a very serious drug problem, and looks like he was having heroin brought in from Chicago and then using it with the buyers and selling, and really a mess. So I think a lot of cases, not a lot, but a number of cases at least on which he worked, ruled in some fashion, are now in limbo. I don't know if they're going to have to overturn this. So it's a federal investigation, and it looks pretty darn serious. And Mr. Cook is now in a rehab facility, I think, in Minnesota, and he has resigned his judgeship. There's going to be some question about pension payments. Illinois has been very strict about this, as we've seen with former governors who were convicted and sent to prison. You don't get your pension. So it'll be an interesting case to watch unfold. Our very own Wire. The Wire?
Yeah.
Got it? Okay.
Oh, yeah. Hey.
Yeah,
but I mean, if you're sitting in a courtroom and you're convicted on a judge charge by a judge who is using heroin and cocaine, you got to question that whole process there. Yeah,
I think that's exactly what's going to happen. And, it does in many ways. A judgeship is kind of the holy grail of our judicial system. And when a judge is the wrongdoer, I don't think that anybody treads lightly. I think, they kind of are inclined to throw the book at the guy. Yeah. It's a sad story, and these are not, they're men in their 40s. It's not that it's any different what the age is, but, they're men who are kind of in the prime of their lives.
And they're supposed to be community leaders, and it turns out they're not.
Not only not leaders, but they're in cahoots with the very people who they're supposed to be ruling about.
Yeah,
so it's a very sad but certainly fascinating news story.
Yeah. What are we hearing on the governor's front? Tim Jones is going around to every show in town except mine to talk about what a great relationship he has and how many bills he passed.
Yeah, he's running for office in 2016, and he cannot spread his name far enough and wide enough except on your show.
Well, I will say...
you know what? You're in good company. He certainly doesn't talk to many
people.
Well,
look, I'm going to say something nice about Speaker Tim Jones. How about that?
For sure.
He won't come on the show, and he's threatened to sue me and sue everybody, but at least the man was with the Humane Society trying to get Prop B passed and has tried to do away with the puppy mill status of Missouri. So,
okay, unlike Jason Smith, the man who was running in the 8th Congressional District to replace Joanne Emerson, who, when he was a legislator, his family owned one of the worst of the puppy mills, and he tried to get the puppy mill he was succeeded in not getting the puppy mill legislation passed. And now they're going to vote for the guy for Congress because he's the only Republican running there. It just boggles the mind, doesn't it, how these things are so twisted and turned around?
All I know, I was trying to say something nice about Speaker Tim Jones. I was trying to throw out an olive branch. But since I've gotten my new dog, Molly, somebody told me recently that this Tim Jones guy was actually standing hand in hand right with the Humane Society trying to get Prop B passed and trying to, root out these puppy mills and everything else. And so, I want to give the guy at least a credit for doing the right thing, and I guess trying to do what the people wanted, at least in that Prop B incident.
Well, I'm sorry to say, but the cynic in me tells me that he either had some big donors from the Humane Society or there was something in it for him, because I have not seen too many political figures who are as clearly willing to do whatever it takes to...
I just want it on the record. He's going to now threaten to sue you, and maybe he'll start coming on my show. I'm trying to say something nice about the guy.
Okay, so you say nice things, and I'll blame the bad things I say on Tony Messenger.
Fair enough. Ladies and gentlemen, Deb, I'm running short on time.
Don't you talk to Johnny too long. Give me some time.
We're doing the best we can here.
You rode in a Stingray, but I have driven a Porsche, by the way.
Oh.
You ever driven a Porsche? That was pretty much fun. It's hard not to go 100 miles an hour in a car like that. So but I haven't driven a Stingray. It'd be fun.
Leadfoot Deb Peterson on the editorial board. Have a good week, Deb. Thanks for checking in.
Take care. Thank you.